My name is Chloe Cole. I'm 18, my story is not hyperbole. Starting around the age of 12, I began to believe that I was transgender. This belief was not organic.
I was convinced that I was transgender for 5 years. I wore men's clothes, I used the men's restroom, I legally changed my name to a male name, and I injected testosterone into my own thigh on a weekly basis.
All the media I consumed as a kid showed me how stupid and vulnerable being a girl was. All the sexualized images of women gave me an unrealistic expectation of womanhood. I spent a lot of time online and quickly saw all the praise coming out as trans, but on Instagram and other social media. I was a bit awkward in school and had some trouble making friends. Like many dysphoric children, I also suffer from a variety of mental health conditions, so I easily fell prey to the narrative that I felt different and did not want to be a highly sexualized girl.
I was one of those trans youth activists claim to support. But since I was harmed by gender medicine, I am now reduced to just a bigot.
I must be a boy. I obsessed over becoming a boy. I believed that all my insecurities and anxiety would magically disappear once I transitioned. The mental health professional did not try to dissuade me of this delusional belief. I was fast-tracked into medical transition after I was diagnosed with dysphoria.
My mental health no longer matters to these people who purport to care so much because I no longer identify as trans. But the truth is, I don't hate anybody. I just know that there are young people like me out there who, despite their convictions that body modification will save their lives, deserve a chance to be seen as whole, complex people and actually grow into themselves and be guided to appreciate their healthy bodies and all the blessings that a healthy body will give. That is what true compassion is. Seeing any young person who calls themselves as trans and just another trans person who needs to be put on the gender transition conveyor belt is not compassion.
In California, a child can pick their gender identity, and a care provider questioning that would be considered conversion therapy. This wasn't a misdiagnosis, it was mistreatment. My parents were told that the options were transition or suicide. They complied because they were not offered any other treatment solution for my distress. My distraught parents wanted me alive, so they listened to my doctors. I was placed on puberty blockers and testosterone after expressing my gender dysphoria to my therapist, and I was approved for a double mastectomy, all by the age of 15. No one explored why I did not want to be a girl. More and more kids are falling for the false promise of happiness if they transition. Gender clinics in the US are turning a blind eye to European countries who are pumping the brakes on this experiment on youth. Who here really believes that, as a 15-year-old, I should have had my healthy breast removed, or that should have even been an option? When the CDPH got less than 300 reports of people getting hospitalized as a result of vaping, San Francisco banned vape products that same year. So I know that you care about the health of children, yet you are allowing doctors all over the state to remove the healthy breast of children.
In closing, I ask members of the committee to think back to a time when you were an adolescent. Did you have a conviction, a belief, or maybe a relationship that you believed was of urgent importance and would last forever? What if there was a way to concretize that, to permanently change your body, possibly leaving you infertile or missing organs or incapable of experiencing intimacy with a partner? What if adults around you encouraged your conviction and encouraged you to make a permanent, irreversible decision based on it?
I will never be able to breastfeed a child. I have blood clots in my urine. I am unable to fully empty my bladder. I do not yet know if I am capable of carrying a child to full term. In fact, even the doctors who put me on puberty blockers and testosterone do not know.
That is what is being done to thousands of children and adolescents today, all based on the sociological theory of gender identity that has not been proved in any scientific capacity. You know a child or a teenager cannot consent to lifelong consequences, regardless of what they say or what the adults around them or involved in activism say.